Hello. I thought we would do George the Giant Slayer. George the Giant Slayer. What do you guys think? Hello, Highly Sensitive. Hello, Snowdrop. Hello, Michelle E. Hello. OMG. What about Sardinia? It's so funny to me. I can't stop laughing. Anyway, I'll move on. We're going to do George the Giant Slayer, okay? Hello, Diane. Are you guys ready for it? I won't keep you too long. George the Giant Slayer. Instagram. Is she hanging on to Netflix? You know, she's hanging on to Netflix. Really tight, like. Hello, guys. Hello. Hello. How are you? Okay, Snowdrop. Sounds good. Hello, Darcy. How are you? Her pizza's ready, so we went to the movies. It was great. Had a wonderful movie. It was great. You guys. Mimi tanked on Netflix? What do you mean she tanked? Let's see what's going on with the Gruesome Twosome. Okay. Harry and Meghan. What Netflix special?
Rock went straight for the jugular. In under 60 seconds, he turned her from victim of the press into punchline of the decade.
Have you ever seen that video?
No.
Pull that video up, because
it's still going. Seemed like a nice lady, just complaining. I was like, what's this girl, Meghan Markle? Seemed like a.
He said what?
Everybody trying to be a victim. What's this girl, Meghan Markle? Seemed like a nice lady, just complaining. I was like, didn't she hit the light skin lottery and still going on complaining, acting all dumb like she don't know nothing. Going on Oprah, I didn't know. I had no idea how how racist they were. It's the royal family. You didn't Google these motherfuckers?
It started like any other comedy special. Lights down, crowd buzzing, Chris Rock stepping into the spotlight. But what happened next? That wasn't comedy. That was a public execution, and Meghan Markle was the target.
The biggest addiction in America is attention. We are addicted to attention. Easiest way to get attention is to be a victim.
No careful buildup, no dancing around names. Rock went straight for the jugular. In under 60 seconds, he turned her from victim of the press into punchline of the decade.
Have you ever seen that video?
No.
Pull that video up because it's one of my favorites.
They're so racist. They're so racist. Some of the shit she went through was not racism. It was just some in-law shit. Because she's complaining. I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about? No, bro, they're so racist. They wanted to know how brown the baby's going to be. I'm like, that's not racist. Because even black people want to know.
And here's what makes it so brutal. It wasn't even the funniest thing he said. The real destruction came in the silence that followed each joke when the audience processed it and realized, yeah, he's right.
What the fuck is she talking about? She didn't know. It's the royal family. They're the original racists.
For years, Meghan had played the sympathetic outsider, the underdog who didn't understand the system. But in one set, Rock flipped the script, exposing her as the exact opposite, entitled Manipulative and Hungry for the Very Fame She Pretended to Despise. And that, my friends, was just the opening blow. Because what came after wasn't just mockery, it was a chain reaction. And it all began the moment Rock told the world she was no Cinderella.
Posting up pathetic pictures. This is me eating sushi. Like me. This is me 25 years ago when I was hot. Like me. Oh, it's fucking sad.
The thing about Meghan's public image, it was built on a single, fragile idea that she was blindsided by the weight of royal life, that she was the innocent Hollywood actress, wandering into a palace like a fairy tale princess, only to discover a cold, cruel world. It's a nice story, until someone calls it what it is, pure fiction.
Hey, it's the husband formerly known as Prince. Any luck getting a job?
Oh, they had me driving for Uber Eats. There were too many damn rules. Don't touch the food. Don't taste the food. Drive on the road.
I'm sorry, Rowdy Weddy.
Chris Rock didn't tiptoe around it. He didn't question her narrative. He set it on fire. He compared her ignorance of the royal family to a basketball player claiming they'd never heard of the NBA. And the crowd lost it. It was sharp, it was simple, and it was impossible to argue with. In that moment, the illusion cracked. Because let's be honest, Meghan didn't just stumble into royalty. She researched it. She dated a prince for years. She walked into that palace with her eyes wide open and a camera-ready smile.
That she was hunting for a man in England. She wanted wealth and she wanted fame, and she targeted Harry.
And Chris Rock, he just gave the audience permission to admit what they'd been thinking all along. That's the real power of a joke like his. It doesn't just make you laugh, it pulls the mask off, slowly, in front of a crowd that's suddenly realizing maybe they've been conned. And the most devastating part, Meghan wasn't in the room to defend herself. But she didn't have to be, because from that night on, the poor Meghan act was finished. Every late night host, every satirist, every Twitter account with a Wi-Fi signal now had blood in the water. What Rock did in under 5 minutes would take a PR team years, maybe decades, to undo. A perfect roast doesn't just land, it detonates.
The fuck is she talking about? I didn't know. That's like marrying into the Budweiser family and going, they drink a lot.
Hours after Chris Rock's special dropped, his Meghan takedown was everywhere. TikTok loops, Twitter clips, YouTube breakdowns with freeze frames of audience members doubled over. And then the comedy world pounced. In Britain, the gloves came off instantly. Comics painted Meghan and Harry as walking contradictions, obsessed with status while pretending to reject it, cashing massive Netflix checks under the banner of purpose.
Babe, time to do our daily $250,000 sponsored Instagram post.
I shouldn't have left the made-up nonsense.
The Duchess of Sussex shared a photo of herself cuddling her daughter on Instagram and a never-before-seen picture from her birth.
Their barbs were dry, cutting, and delivered with the kind of disdain only lifelong royal watchers can muster. Across the Atlantic, late-night hosts smelled the same blood. They mocked the brand deals, the self-pity.
And this is sweet. Meghan Markle said she has a finger they can use if they need it.
The infamous "We want privacy" line, hammering it so hard you could almost hear the palace laughing.
We want privacy! We want privacy! Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving wife actually doesn't want her privacy. How dare you, sir? My
Instagram. This was even before Instagram. This was before Instagram. Okay? She hadn't even had her Instagram page by then. They went high for season 1. Darcy. Netflix viewers went sky high for season 1, part 1. Then viewership flatlined, and Netflix lost interest in renewing contracts with them fools. That's right. It is over. Sue Clark. Aloha. Can only visit a little bit, but we'll watch the replay. Okay, Sue Clark. Mwah. Hit that like button, girl. Hello, Heather. This was good. It was a good roast. I heard him. Hello, Lizzie. It's been a minute. I haven't seen you. I didn't see you this earlier. How are you? Lady Letitia, I heard Meghan Markle abandoned Harry M.M. Duchess. Harry M.M. Duchess. Ditched Harry. M.M. ditched Harry. She M.M. said bye-bye. No more. I'm not in it anymore. Interesting, Lizzie. Interesting, Lizzie. I'll put a star by that. Anyone who has a job, even if it's boring, is actually better off than Harry. Harry doesn't seem to have structure or direction at all. No, she's controlling everything. So that ends the structure right there. Check this out. He said, your Instagram itch loving wife, effing wife, Instagram loving wife. She wasn't even on Instagram. How funny is that? Now she's on Instagram. On the very thing South Park said that she was going to be on. It was predictable. Listen, South Park said it.
Hear the palace laughing.
We want privacy! We want privacy! Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving wife actually doesn't want her privacy. How dare you, sir? My Instagram-loving wife has always wanted her privacy!
5 minutes later.
Who's filming this?
The worst part, the jokes started overlapping. Comedians who never shared a stage were making identical cracks. That's not coincidence. That's the moment a narrative flatlines. By week's end, Meghan wasn't a misunderstood duchess or an ex-actress. She was the comedy world's newest running gag, a human headline whose contradictions were too easy, too obvious, and too funny for any comic to ignore. The roast had gone global, and it wasn't stopping.
Meghan Markle, the only thing she found was a rich, famous husband.
The nearest thing Meghan Markle ever had to a billion-dollar idea was marrying a prince.
If Chris Rock lit the match, the internet dumped gasoline on. Within days, Meghan's most awkward moments weren't just being mocked. They were being turned into viral currency. TikTok creators stitched her interviews with clips of rolling eyes, sarcastic voiceovers, and laugh tracks ripped from sitcoms.
Best way to have a snack is to take the snack out of one bag and then move them into another bag and then label this new bag, even though this bag already has a label on. Tap water!
That bizarre snack rebagging scene from her Netflix show, meme gold. The celebrity name drops cut into compilations labeled Meghan's Imaginary Friends. Twitter turned savage. Screenshots of her contradictions, privacy pleas alongside staged paparazzi shots spread like wildfire. Users didn't just share them. They weaponized them with captions so brutal they didn't need punchlines.
My name is Megan Sussex now. Call me Meghan Markle one more time, Mindy Kaling.
YouTube creators dissected her interviews frame by frame, pointing out rehearsed expressions, calculated pauses, and lines that sounded like PR copy gone bad. Suddenly, she wasn't a duchess telling her truth. She was a character in an ongoing soap opera, and the audience had switched from sympathy to pure mockery.
Oh my God, that hat. Oh God, he's so hot. Look at him. Isn't it Prince Harry? She bagged a fox.
The most dangerous part, memes move faster than damage control. By the time her team team could draft a rebuttal, the next Vera. By the time her team could draft a rebuttal, the next viral joke.
Might as well refer to her as that right now. Look at her on here. She almost looks swole.
And damage control. By the time her team could draft a rebuttal, the next Vera. By the time her team could draft a rebuttal, the next viral joke had already replaced it. The internet wasn't just laughing at Meghan, it was erasing whatever dignity she had left. If the internet was a wildfire, late night TV was the flamethrower. Night after night, Meghan and Harry became the go-to joke, the easy laugh that didn't even need setup anymore.
NBC has announced plans for a spin-off to the hit series Suits, which will be set in Los Angeles. It will focus on Meghan Markle's character's struggle to balance her legal career while also caring for an unemployed immigrant.
On Saturday Night Live, they weren't portrayed as rebels or victims. They were cast as a clueless royal dropout and his fame-chasing wife, stumbling through a world they didn't understand.
This is good. She's good. Let me tell you who this is. This is Star Spotlight. You go, girl. What a wonderful, wonderful thing you got going on. I hit the like button. I've subscribed before, but I like how she's got this going in the background and got clips of different each different thing and about South Park and so on and so on. This is really good. We're going to switch on over to the Giant Slayer because I'm not going to keep you guys long. George the Giant Slayer. Yes. George the Giant Slayer. And some say Meg never left Instagram. That's true, Debbie. It's more to that effect than anything. Because she did the TIG and now she's back after marrying a prince to do it one more time, to twerk. She came on Instagram and did a twerk-a-do. The Star Spotlight. My opinion, that's theatrical makeup during her alleged pregnancy, making her look swollen, yet other indicators of pregnancy never showed. I know, just that one time. And that when she had the baby, she looked swole. I was like, whoa. Confusing. All right.
Understand, but desperately wanted to monetize. The skits were exaggerated, but
from someone like Meghan Markle and Harry. I mean,
he's been trying to make her into Diana from the moment they started dating.
Harry and Meghan are looking for a new nanny.
I'm not going to take, bullying advice and cyberbullying advice from someone like Meghan Markle and Harry. I mean, we're talking about someone who made Kate Middleton cry very famously.
No. No is a powerful word. And it is the one thing that Harry and Meghan hate more than facts, 40-hour work weeks, or even their own families. It is a one-word wrecking ball that makes Meghan's nose melt like Botox in a sauna and forces Harry to cling to his last hair plug like a life raft in a Category 5 reality check. But no isn't just what the couple have been hearing. Now, it's the only thing they'll ever hear again. And that is the sound of them fading away.
Welcome to being a public figure. Grow up.
Most of us learn how to handle no by the age of 5. Not Harry and Meghan. They just keep trying to massage every no into a yes mirage. And they've been failing. The beautiful thing is Queen Elizabeth kicked off the tradition. She was the first one to say no. No to their half-in and half-out California schemes. No. King Charles said no to freeloaders in Frogmore. You had UK's High Court said no to taxpayer-funded ego trips. All of Africa keeps saying no to Harry, but he doesn't look.
He said, no.
Ever hear again. And that is the sound of them fading away.
Welcome to being a public figure.
The sound of them fading away. Fading. Meghan is going to be fading in obscurity. It's going to be unfortunate. Her as Everbrand is not making it. And not just that, but the mere fact that people are just going to they're just done. There's nothing to her. What people were excited about was that the fact that she was connected to the royal family. Now she doesn't have that connection anymore. She hasn't had it for a long time. And people are like waiting to see what's next with her. We find out that there is nothing next. There's nothing after her. There's nothing after this. This is it. It's Instagram and that's it. It's Instagram and the twerk video. It's Instagram and the new Netflix series is coming out in October. And then there's another one that's going to be in December that they're going to pitch. We'll see if that one happens. Let's take one at a time. We already know that you've got this one in the bag. We already know because you told us that you were going to be doing a season 2 as ever. We cannot unsee the Mimi twerk. You guys sure you don't want to see it again? Because I can show you the twerk-a-do. That's what you called a twerk-a-do. Okay? Sorry if the chat is going slow, guys, too. Let's get back.
Figure, grow up.
Most of us learn how to handle no by the age of 5. Not Harry and Meghan. They just keep trying to massage every no into a yes mirage. And they've been failing. The beautiful thing is Queen Elizabeth kicked off the tradition. She was the first one to say no. No to their half-in and half-out California schemes. King Charles said no to freeloaders in Frogmore. You had UK's High Court said no to taxpayer-funded ego trips. All of Africa keeps saying no to Harry, but he doesn't listen. Now we also have the Charity Commission for England and Wales said no to free profit philanthropy. And suddenly Invictus veterans are standing up to say no. We're going to get to that powerful big story in a bit. And I promise you, it's going to make you see things differently.
Oh.
Because right now, Netflix said no. The studio said no to losing money and no to being shamed in front of their shareholders. But instead of facing reality, the Megans decided to spin the news like they stormed Normandy and won.
This is not breaking news. This is fake news from a fake couple.
Netflix didn't reward failure. They just downgraded the Montecito Muppets and they gave them a first look pity deal. It is the exact same demotion that the Obamas got. And in Hollywood, it's not a win. It's simply a polite way of saying, here's your gift bag, now get out. But of course, since the claw and her clutch bag don't like the sound of the word no, you had Meghan put out a press release to tell everybody that her life is filled with nothing but yeses. We're proud to extend our partnership with Netflix and expand our work together to include the As Ever brand. My husband and I feel inspired by our partners who work closely with us in our Archwell Productions team to create thoughtful content across genres that resonates globally and celebrates our shared vision. I gotta say, it's really hard to read that one with a straight face. So when you think about it all, there used to be that old saying that a lie can travel halfway across the world before the truth even puts on its shoes. Not in Slayer Nation. Here, the truth gets drop-kicked in the next week faster than Meghan can celebrate herself. So if you're in the fight and you're ready for facts and a side of fun, hit subscribe, smash the like button, comment, and share the video everywhere. Because right now, it's the only way YouTube even pretends to recognize your view or even count it. It's also how we keep the lights on and the giant shaking. Best of all, it's free. Speaking of free, Markle, just Meghan herself, she did this by trying to turn a Netflix funeral into a 4th of July fireworks celebration. And that just comes across like she's putting glitter on a gravestone. I'm trying to call it disco.
Netflix and Meghan and Harry have come to an arrangement whereby if they have any ideas for television shows or film projects, I don't know, like Meet Me at the Lake or something like that, that they go first to Netflix. And if Netflix don't want it, they can go anywhere. Now, that is not the kind of deal that puts $100 million in your pocket. In fact, that's the kind of deal that doesn't really put any money in your pocket unless you actually produce anything, right?
The Meghan's business model isn't fake it till you make it. It's fake it, then fake it again, then fake it harder. And when all else fails, sprinkle a few edible flowers on it. The truth.
Fake it till you make it, and then it's still sprinkle little flowers on there to elevate it, and then it's all good. That's how successful we're going to be. Do a little sprinkle of flour on there and flowers, and then we're good. That's going to elevate everything and make everything right, make everybody want this product. It's sad.
Truth that the couple don't want you to figure out is there is no golden paycheck at the end of the rainbow to keep them on see the porch lights on. All they got was permission to pitch Netflix new ideas.
Golden paycheck.
Ideas that Netflix can either back or bend. So, of course, in classic California hobo chic style, you had the duplicitous Duchess and her delusional wife, Harry, decided to claim victory, banking on you not knowing how Hollywood works. But you and I are going to fix that. See, in Hollywood, first look deals come in many forms. For A-list stars, it's like dating without a ring. The studio says, we're going out together, but let's wait to see how everything goes. Because we're still on Tinder, swiping for better tail. Now, if you're an upcoming talent that the studio believes might possibly be a star one day with actual heat, they put you on a probationary period. They want you to prove yourself before they actually risk real money backing you. But for career cadavers like the has-been,
so I guess Netflix is wanting them to prove themselves to see how good they're going to be in this next Netflix show. And then maybe in December, they will go from there. I doubt it very seriously that anything that they do is going to be successful because of the way they left, because of the way they were on the Oprah show, because of the way they treated the Queen and King. It is the way that Harry and Meghan handled the situation very poorly and distasteful. It was pretty bad.
A first look deal is nothing but a private execution with a public thank you card. And that is exactly what season 2's With Love Meghan trailer is. Proof positive that the pair of phonies just got a velvet boot to the backside.
Do you know who doesn't like lobster?
Who?
My husband.
And you'll marry him? Wait. Once again, we return to the rented house that's not her home in a pay-by-the-hour kitchen surrounded by a circle of paid-for friends who are going to teach us all how to slice bread.
He said, your husband doesn't like lobster and you married him. She thought that was funny. What a fake laugh. He stole his signature recipe from Netflix. Shame on you, Meghan. You're a thief. Twerking was born in New Orleans, and it is part of our Jeopardy bounce. Oh, and she is not twerking like we do. Remember, she can't dance. She was doing tick tock something or another, says Michelle E. Sue Clark says, did he call them career cadavers? Woo! He probably did, Sue Clark. Career cadavers. They have to provide a product, the thing they have been unable to produce. Debbie, exactly. Point in case. Right here, they have to produce a product, something that they haven't been able to produce. It's a shame. She stole Martha Stewart's one pot pasta recipe. Doesn't matter. That video had 216 million views. It served its purpose. It did, Rick. It did. It did. I still look at the video myself, if you ask me, because I can't believe she went down like that and started doing the oochie coochie. I said, look at her, and hiked her skirt up in the air, dress up in the air, and went real down low with it. Got real raunchy with it, real nasty with it. Yes, she did. Got real stank with it. She did. The twerk video. Did she or did she not get real nasty with that? And good and went down real low with it. Mm-hmm. She took it downtown. Work it, work it, work it, work it. Let's watch it. The twerky do. That's what I call it. The twerky do. There's nothing fun about this. There's nothing like, oh, this is so fun. Look at this. Watch this. Where is that video? Did she remove it? I know she didn't remove the video. Somebody must have told her to remove it. I may have passed it. Let's go see. There it is. I passed it. Let me make it bigger. My lady, twerking requires you to be able to put your ocean in motion, and she can't, and she ain't got no ocean. Okay. I guess this will never get old. It will never get old. And then, watch. Look at this idiot. Look at Harry. He's an idiot. Oh my God. One more time. Get down, get down. Uh-oh, here she goes. She's going to circle it around. Here he come. There he go with his hands. Oh, poor Harry. He just shook his butt in our faces. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, shoot. Did you see her go around? What's that? What are these moves? Uh-oh, right there, right there. What are they not still mocking this video? There he go. There he go. The prince. The so-called prince. The so-called prince. Oh. Oh. Like she having a hard time. All right. She's doing the push and pull, and like you said, the hoochie coochie. Ooh, child. Yeah. Get back, Jack. Get back, Jack. I'm going down. I'm going down. Push it, pull. Push it, pull. Push and pull. Oh, snap. All right. All right. Back to our lovely giant slayer.
Right after that, watch that promo, I realized I have never had more respect for Spotify having the guts to publicly fire the pair of posers than ever before, instead of Netflix's shameful sham of a pity party because they were too afraid and they wanted to save face. And I'm not talking about saving face for the Megans. The studio couldn't give a damn about the pair. This was all about shielding CEO Ted Sarandos from being shamed in front of his board for blowing millions on a pair of grift twins who couldn't pitch their way out of a paper bag. But let's be honest. See, Ted Sarandos, he's only keeping the door cracked open because he has seen up close and personal that it's 2 minutes to midnight in the countdown to their divorce. And he wants the cameras there ready to roll when everything implodes. But much more sinister than that, the studio boss, he wants to make sure that he's got a barrel full of cash that he can offer the Megans to get them back in the saddle to mudsling against the royal family once again. That's what he's truly waiting for.
Netflix wanted to cancel, and someone representing Meghan and Harry begged them to at least say that it's a first look.
Megyn Kelly nailed it. That was beautiful to see. Meanwhile, you have the entire woke mainstream media complex are fuming at the mouth, demanding that we all choke down humble pie because they're sitting there pretending that Meghan and Harry won. So I say good thing. I'm thrilled that the BBC, ITV, the Daily Mail, and even too many to name, all publicly outed themselves as part-time Sussex shows. They are out there right now hawking fever dreams and fiction instead of facts. And that means you know who's telling it to you straight and who's just selling you snake oil.
Wow.
Because the way I see this deal,
Snake water.
it isn't a win. You have a studio that is actively undermining Gold Digger Inc. because they despise the wannabes. There's no other explanation for it. How else do you explain how Netflix handed over to their alleged partner to feature in an episode one of America's best-known bullies?
Finding new ways to show people you care. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I could do this every day. Let's get creative and learn something new.
There is no decision Harry and Meghan have made this year that is dumber than hitching their mangled brand image than to Chrissy Teigen. You're talking about a gold medal gutter mouth who once hounded a 16-year-old girl to the brink, almost breaking her spirit.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, she is a featured friend in season 2 of a show that is produced by the same couple who supposedly built a charity for parents who lost children to online harm. Folks, this isn't help. It's hypocrisy in high heels. And it's spelled H&M.
Most of the parents here have lost a child, directly or indirectly, as a result of exposure to online social media. Harry and Meghan are trying to give them, and parents like them, some place to turn for help.
You serious? The second Meghan's episode with Teigen premieres, you're going to have every post, every comment she's ever written, and every Chrissy bullying headline is going to resurface. And the backlash from that is going to send girl number 40 from Deal and No Deal in the DoorDash to get unmasked all over again. And then that ancient Greek saying of show me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are is going to become the best-selling bumper sticker in Santa Barbara. And about a few weeks later, Netflix is going to wish they had had bigger balls to publicly Spotify the Megans. Because right about that time is when the world is going to be reminded who the real bully actually is. Which one is the biggest bully on the planet?
I'm not going to take, bullying advice and cyberbullying advice from someone like Meghan Markle and Harry, who have an absolutely shambolic record. I mean, we're talking about someone who made Kate Middleton cry very famously. We're talking about someone who, after her bridezilla moment at the palace when she was getting married, they had to do a formal investigation into some of the behavior that she had exhibited while she was preparing to get married, because she had literally made staff who had worked with the Queen for 30 years. She had brought them to tears. I mean, not to mention Harry's book that he published, which basically aired out every piece of dirty laundry that the royal family has ever had, dragged them through the mud for things that happened behind closed doors. I mean, it's just ridiculous that they're now coming and saying that there's some sort of bastion of anti-bullying when their record shows that they are completely not the people to be lecturing us on this.
No one escapes their choices, not even the Megans. Take that Christmas special that they just teased everyone about. I think that that's going to blow up like bad eggnog right in their face.
Eggnog.
Because just imagine, you have a couple that's broken all their promises, betrayed their families, and never once breathed word one about faith, Christ, or Buddha. And they expect you to gather the family around the fireplace so you can watch a 35-minute infomercial to hawk as ever products, all while hearing Merry Christmas from Hollywood Babylon's very first merry merchandisers. These are the kind of people that are going to slap their logo on baby Jesus' cradle, mark it up 300%, and then stamp it made in Montecito.
Everybody should have one of those at home.
You think so?
On top of trying to ruin our holiday season with grifting brought to you by Gold Digger Inc., the parasitical pair now want to release a short documentary film. It's called Masaka Kids, The Rhythm Within. It's about Uganda's children who overcame all their hardships, endured everything life threw at them through dance.
Really?
It's a brilliant, noble, great cause. It's just such a shame that the California couple got their claws in it, because now that everybody knows they are slapping their logo on it, no one's going to watch it.
Right.
And when I meant slap their logo on it, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The movie already exists. It's been filmed and finished by another company. It's already in the Internet Movie Database right now if you go and check. But the Megans, they want to take credit for all the work. And we already know what happened last time they did that. They released the documentary Live to Lead. And not only did it end in failure as a flop, but former New Zealand Prime Minister credit for all the work. And we
the story behind the up grand bass YouTube dance sensations who have endured devastating personal loss from famine and war and use the power of dance and song to overcome hardship. Oh, well, that sounds like a great movie. I don't see Meghan and Harry's name on it. That's a good thing. Let's continue.
We already know what happened last time they did that. They released the documentary Live to Lead. And not only did it end in failure as a flop, but former New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern,
they did something called Learn to Lead. They advertised it and it never got off the ground.
did it end in failure as a flop, but former New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern caused an international stink.
She actually had to speak out and distance herself from the Live to Lead project, explaining to media that Harry and Meghan were not involved at the time that she sat down and did those interviews. She wanted it known that she likely would not have participated in the Live to Lead documentary had Harry and Meghan been involved in it. But another production had executed the building of the documentary, the filming of this project, and then Harry and Meghan slapped the Archwell logo on it.
Like everything they do, the Montecito manipulators simply want to write checks in order to build their names and buy their fames. It looks like they don't actually want to work for anything.
No.
Period. We could even see the same thing with the kids. They want to use their names for publicity.
They don't want to work for anything. They just slap the Duchess of Sussex on it, and then everybody will buy it. Everybody will want a bottle. Everybody will want some jam and some biscuits. Hello, Adria. Mac, George worships a PDF file, therefore he's the perfect monarchist. I don't know what you mean by that. I like me some George. Darcy, sending blessings, L, Letitia. Beautiful chat, friends. Good night, y'all. Good night, Darcy. Thank you for joining us. We're about to shut it down, too. As soon as George is over, we're going to shut it down, okay?
But never change one of their dirty nappies. Of course, they leave that up to the nannies. Just really wild when you think about it, because you're talking about two people who don't work, don't seem to be able to raise two kids, even though they have a staff to do everything. Housekeeping, hair straightening, iPhone answering, Xbox polishing, emotional support, avocado peeling, therapy, dog petting. Hell, they even walk Harry twice a day just so he can sniff out the new neighbors and who has a private jet. I'm telling you, I have never seen a lazier pair of people. And a recent report just stated that a Montecito nanny tapped out. So that means that Harry Meg is on the hunt to find a new substitute mommy and daddy. Play patty cake with their Hollywood props.
I have a source at a...
So they're trying to find a new nanny that will do exactly what Meghan wants them to do, and that's be weird. Be weird. Hello, Debbie Campbell. Millions of flowers, Adrena. Let's see what Kinsley has to say.
California employment company that told me that Harry and Meghan are looking for a new nanny. This is something that they've been struggling with for quite some time because there is a churn, which we've discussed in the past, of domestic help. And this nanny position is apparently especially hard. So we actually have that ad we can break down together.
This is part of the ad. This is an extraordinary opportunity for a nanny who brings warmth, flexibility, discretion, and a true helping spirit to everything they do. Responsibilities include only the following: morning and evening routines, school drop-offs and pickups, the children's laundry and tidying of their spaces, coordinating play dates and after-school activities, managing the children's calendar, supporting with bath and bedtime as needed, flexibility 24/7.
The Megans can try to polish every no that they want in the world, but the only thing they'll end up with are participation trophies that they've already bought. Because putting lipstick on a pig doesn't make it a swan. It just makes it a better dressed pig. Think about it. After all the rejections that they've racked up from Hollywood and Vanity Fair, Spotify, and Lemon on the Media, you'd think that it was Netflix's no that hurt the most. But this last week, Mr. Edward Fortescue, a decorated former British major in the Military Intelligence Battalion, just dropped a no you don't come back from. So I'm going to read a few pieces from his letter because his words deserve to be heard loud and clear. The wounded veterans of Invictus are done, utterly and irrevocably done with Harry and that fame-hungry parasite he married. Meghan Markle is not a humanitarian. She is a scavenger circling the sacred with cameras in tow, draped in designer grief and counterfeit empathy. She turns every solemn tribute into photo opportunity, every scar into a set piece. The games were built by warriors, forged in agony, sanctified by those who've suffered beyond imagining. They're not a red carpet for grifters, nor a stage for Meghan's endless performance of self-infatuation. Invictus must cast them out, not politely, not discreetly, ruthlessly, because every second they remain near this sacred institution is a second too long. Our wounded deserve dignity, not drama, service, not spectacle, honor, not Harry. Enough. Now that's a no, I gotta tell you, that deserves a hell yes. And it is exactly what Harry and Meghan deserve, or as they're better known today, the unsuccessfuls. Now, if you enjoyed the video and found value in it, hit subscribe, smash the like button, leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and share this video with everybody you know, because right now it's the only way YouTube even pretends to count your view. And if you want to win every battle and stay true to yourself, all you have to remember is we're fighters with one unbreakable rule. You never bow down, you never bend the knee, always forward.
Whoa. I have one more video, but I think I will save that one. It's the bullying allegations, not the allegations, but just Meghan bullying pretty much. It's a part 5. It's going to be great. New nanny must be willing to have no time to themselves and to work in a toxic environment. They need to put that as description. Yes. New nanny must be willing to have no time to themselves and no work and to work in a toxic environment and sign this NDA that says you won't say nothing that you hear coming out of this. Don't say nothing. Them poor nannies. Look, I bought little bit some shoes. Aren't they cute? They have little hearts on the side. They're so cute. I love them. I like them. I think this was the only pair that they had left at the, where was I? I went to Belk. And I said, do you have any kids' shoes? I need to get my daughter some gym shoes, some shoes. And she said, are you looking for like Nikes or something like that? I said, yeah, kind of, sort of. And I saw these and I picked these up and they were a good price. So thought I'll show you guys. Anyway, I'm going to let you lovely people go. I hope you enjoyed this live. I know it was short. I don't want to stay on too long. But guys, I want to thank you for joining me. Sam and Dan Wooden first one is the Taylor Swift, and the second one has to do with the lawsuit. Debbie, he put that one on, the one about the lawsuit. I thought he put that one on. Won't do it anymore. Meghan Markle new crisis is another nanny in own mom Doria Ragland quits. Of course she quits. She's been quit. latest short videos. Okay, let me click on Dan Wooden here and click on video. Megan's nanny nightmare. There's a nanny situation going on. She can't find a nanny that's going to dedicate their lives and soul to her. Here it is right here. I wanted to see this, Debbie. Was this what you were talking about? Just a sec. This is Samantha Markle. This is Meghan Markle's sister talking about their case. I've been wanting to hear what's been going on with their case. Okay, so Debbie is talking about this particular one. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate it. It has been released, and I'm pulling it up now. Thank you, Debbie. Let's take a look at it, guys.
I'm not making him testify. He wants to.
Things just got a whole load worse for Meghan Markle because her sister Samantha ain't going anywhere, with new headlines in the US about this bombshell new court battle taking place next month.
Next month.
So, Sam is with me today on Outspoken. We will discuss
Love
this
the
in
shoes.
just one moment, but this is what the New York Post is reporting. Meghan Markle is gearing up for yet another legal bout with her half-sister Samantha Markle, the Post can confirm. The Duchess of Sussex emerged victorious in early 2023 after Samantha had sued her in federal court in Florida for allegedly making demonstrably false and malicious statements about her to a world audience during a sit-down interview with Oprah Winfrey. Samantha filed the $75,000 lawsuit after the 44-year-old told Winfrey that she grew up as an only child during her
Why
and
don't
Prince
she just
Harry's
give her the
bombshell
money?
March 2021 interview. However, documents obtained by the Post show that the hearing will now take place on September the 9th in Jacksonville, Florida. The Post has reached out to Meghan's reps for comment.
Jacksonville,
Prior to her
Florida.
2023 filing, Sam had
It's
previously
happening.
filed her libel lawsuit against Meghan in late 2022, 2 years after the Sussexes quit royal life and moved to the US. But Rob Shooter has new reporting on this, revealing that actually Meghan Markle has been left livid,
Thank you, Sue Clark.
that Sam just won't go away.
Let's give it up for Sue Clark. Oh, mwah. Let's put some hearts in the chat for Sue Clark for me as we listen to Megan's, as we listen to Marco's, as we listen to Dan talk about Megan. Thank you so much, Sue Clark. Mwah, you're so special. Can you guys help me put some hearts in the chat for Sue Clark for me? Sam isn't saying anything. It is an appeal hearing that will be done over Zoom. It will last a half an hour tops. Yeah, it's an appeal. What if she wins, Mac? She could win her case. I'm just saying. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You don't think that she could win? That's interesting. Thank you so much, Sue Clark. You're such a sweetheart. H&M won't give Megan a freaking thing. Fart thing. However, well, I mean, to make it go away. However, Sam may have to pay for Megan's court costs after the court sent it back down to the judge. You don't even know if she's going to win or not, Mac. Just our surprise, they may bring a whole new trial. Because they do got the Sussex squad over there that's messing with Samantha. Oh, yes. Thank you, Daddy. Let's take a bath.
15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, let's take a bath.
You want to take a bath?
Yeah, let's take a bath. Come on, we got this. I'll help you. Oh, guys, I gotta go. She lost 3 times in the court. She has no case. She does have a case against her. She does have a case against her sister. This is why I believe she has a case against her sister. I'm so grateful for my super chat. This is why you're a special, Letitia. You're a special, Sue Clark. Thank you, Lizzie, for the hearts for Sue Clark for me. She's got the Sussex squad going after her. She messed up her reputation. I would, if it was me, I would be like, I can't even get a job now. Excuse me, thanks to my sister defaming me and telling, about, just slandering my name in the Oprah interview and on the Netflix special. She defamed me. In other words, she put my reputation at risk. So now everybody knows who she is. And because of that, things have been happening in my life. Because they have. Nobody is innocent. Megan is not innocent in this. Is she, Debbie? Okay, guys, I gotta go. It's a 3rd judge panel to hear an appeal of the last ruling to dismiss with prejudice. If they find the judge ruling wasn't correct, then there might be another trial. See? The case for defamation is really weak. Really? Her putting her daughter on there. She put her daughter on there and painted her daughter against her. God, too bad she doesn't have Ashley there to help support her and to help support her. I don't know why her case is so weak. I would think that her calling me, getting on the Oprah show, talking about me, saying things about me, but she did write a book. That might be a problem, Samantha. Pushy princess. Which makes Dan look more foolish. Does it? You think he looks foolish for talking about it? He's just telling what she's saying.
The headline, Duchess fumes as Samantha Markle drags her back to court and back into the spotlight. Rob Shooter writes, Meghan Markle is done playing nice. Sources tell Shooter Scoop the Duchess of...
Meghan Markle is done playing nice. Sources tell Shooter Scoop that the Duchess of Sussex is absolutely livid that a strange half-sister, Samantha Markle, has revised her defamation lawsuit, forcing Meghan back into a courtroom and back into a headline, making Family Feud she wants nothing to do with. She's furious, says a royal insider. She's tired. She's tried to move on with her life. I've tried to move on with my life. Then why did she bring up her sister, Samantha's abuse? She won't go away. That is just rude. She won't go away. How is that to talk about your sister? Leave me alone. Go away. I don't want anything to do with you. I'm sick of you. I'm tired of you. Sources say this. She's furious, says a royal insider. She's tried to move on. Who? Omid Scobie with her life. Samantha's obsessed. She won't go away.
Sussex is absolutely livid that estranged half-sister Samantha Markle has revived her defamation lawsuit, forcing Meghan back into a courtroom and back into a headline-making family feud she wants nothing to do with. She's furious, says an insider. She's tried to move on with her life. Samantha's obsessed. She just won't go away. The new court date is set for September the 9th in Jacksonville, Florida, reigniting the war over Meghan's 2021 Oprah claim that she grew up as an only child. Samantha insists the remark was damaging and untrue. Meghan calls the whole thing a meritless PR stunt. To make things even messier, Thomas Markle Sr. reportedly willing to testify again, and Samantha's planning a media blitz and possibly another book to coincide with the trial. This is Meghan's worst nightmare, the source says. She's trying to build a brand, land new deals, and stay focused, and now she's stuck battling the same.
Right, but I would be me if it was me and she was my sister and I was trying to get a job or trying to do something. I would blame it on her and say that she defamed me and messed up my reputation and said that, me and her wasn't sisters and we really are half sisters, but, she trying to disown me. I mean, that's fine and dandy, but you know what? The Sussex squad has been coming after me too ever since. They've been trashing me. And not one time did she tell her squad to stop. Just like Sindora, just like Sophie, the doctor from Santa Bala. Just like her. Same situation. Woo, Debbie Campbell. If the judges uphold the original dismissal of the case, then Sam is done. It is done. It really is. If he does, Debbie. Florida has anti-slap laws that punish people for being a victorious litigant. Samantha was given 3 bites at the.
She doesn't eat all.
How's she doing? She's eating.
Yeah, she's okay. She's
Okay.
I think nibbling on a pizza.
I'm finna get off
Okay.
and put her in the tub.
Yeah, she's doing good. I got her off now. She's
Okay.
She slept maybe 15, 20 minutes.
She did? Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I figured I'm gonna get her out because it's almost 9 seconds.
Yeah, it is. Thanks, hon. Yeah, it could be. It could be go both ways. She does still have a chance. Okay, let's go back here. I agree with you, Lizzie. The new court date is set for September 9th in Jacksonville, Florida. Resignating the war over Meghan's 2021 Oprah claims that she grew up as the only child. Samantha insists the remark was damaging and untrue. Meghan calls the whole thing a meritless PR stunt. No, it did. That can damage her reputation. I grew up as the only child. I don't know her. We don't get along. We're not together. We're not sisters. Meghan pretty much said she never had a sister, which was rude. You're the PR, Meghan. To make things even messier, Thomas Markle Sr. is reportedly willing to testify again, and Samantha planning a media blitz and possibly another book to coincide with the trial. Wow, I would. Why not? Why not? Why not? She's not giving any money. She's being that sister. You know, I would capitalize on her. I would if I was Samantha. I would write a book about the real Duchess. Oh, yeah. That's where I would have spent my money. To make things even messier, Thomas Markle. This is Meghan's worst nightmare, the source adds. Well, she should expect it. She the one was rude and disrespectful. The source adds, she's trying to build a brand, land new deals, stay focused, and now she's stuck battling the same goals from her past. She's trying to build a brand. Listen to that. I'm doing me, 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 I, me, 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 me. She's trying to do this and she's trying to do that. I'm trying to build a brand. I'm trying to land new deals. Ain't no more deals. She's trying to stay focused. Listen to this. She's trying to build a brand. She's trying to build a brand, land a new deals, stay focused, and now she's stuck battling the same ghosts from her past. Bottom line, Meghan's not backing down, but she's furious that this fight isn't over. No, because you're on to selfishness. Me, 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 me. Meghan says she grew up as an only child. She did not say she was an only. She did not say she was an only child. The older two were not around when she was growing up. Debbie, she made it seem like her and Samantha never knew each other. That's how she put it. She put it like, I don't know you. We're not sisters. I wish I had an older sister. I wish I had a sister, but I didn't. They did grow up together a little bit. They were in the same house at one point when Doria wasn't around. So I believe that. Hello, Maxune. I believe that she tried to put it as, I don't have a sister. I don't know who she is. She's not a part of me. I'm not a part of her, and I want nothing to do with her. She has to acknowledge the fact that she does have a half sister. She came out pretending that she didn't have a sister at all. That's what she was insinuating. In my book, Luna's Blade was talking about how I put my daughter in danger. How is that, Lizzie? How did she say I put my daughter in danger? How is that? LL, are you listening to yourself? Yes. Did I say something? What did I say? Yeah, here we go. Here we go with, let's talk about something else. Let's deflect. Let's not talk about Meghan. Let's talk about something else, Mac. Let's talk about something else. that is a whole nother subject. It's a whole nother subject about that's a whole nother subject about her not having access to her kids. It's a whole nother subject. Has nothing to do with the relationship she supposedly used to have with her sister Megan. What does that got to do with Megan? I don't know what happened to her kids. All I know is that she couldn't take care of them at some particular time, so she had other people do it. Hello, Mama. You got your pizza? We gotta take a bath.
Mommy?
Yes, baby.
We so rested with so much of like movie, like
The coca? Go tell Daddy you want coca.
Daddy.
Did you get her coca? Mac, MM don't even tell the truth. I got a feeling that when her kids get older, they're not going to have a relationship with Megan because she's so narcissistic. I truly do believe that there's going to be issues there. Okay, yeah, she's living with her lies. I don't think Samantha has a case. That's my opinion. Wow. She may not have a case, Meg, soon. She may not have a case. But I think if they take the Sussex Squad angle, that's where I would go with it. I would talk about the Sussex Squad and how they came after her, how they went after her. And then, the Netflix series. Megan was brutal to me, to her sister on the next. I don't know who Samantha is.
Mommy?
Yes.
I want to go with Daddy.
He's right there.
I want to go with you because Daddy has it.
He's not outside.
Go ahead, girl. I got your coca.
So there was no real opportunity for any kind of sibling relationship. I don't understand it, to be honest. I don't understand how. I know that Samantha had someone else taking care of her kids because she couldn't do it at the time. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. When you can't be a real mother to your kids, that you have to have someone else taking care of them. I don't see the problem with that. But the kids might feel a certain kind of way of abandonment. I don't know how a mother and a daughter stops having a relationship together. Like, I don't understand why Ashley and her mother don't speak. That's a weird situation to me. Personal opinions. Thank you guys for your opinions.
Same goes.
Megan's 2021 Oprah claimed that she grew up as an only child. Samantha insists that remark was damaging and untrue. Megan calls the whole thing a meritless PR stunt. To make things even worse, even misery, Thomas Markle Jr. is reportedly willing to testify again, and Samantha planning a media blitz and possibly another book to conclude with the trial. This is the kicker right here, Megan. She's trying to build a brand, land new deals, stay focused, and now she's stuck battling the same ghost from her past. Well, we don't want to put you out and inconvenience you, Megan.
From her past. Bottom line, Megan's not backing down, but she's furious this fight isn't over. So, Samantha Markle, there's the briefing from people close to your sister. She's furious. She's saying, oh, she's just trying to move on with her life. She's trying to say that you are obsessed. But you're not going away, and why should you?
Well, it's not a matter of not going away. It's that in Netflix and Oprah and some other stuff, horrible things were said about me that weren't true.
Horrible.
And,
things.
you know, even though it's not defamation item by item, all things taken together, she had executive control. They were purposely put there, in my opinion, to make me look bad, which incited violence against me. It hurt my, it was a character assassination and damaging to me in a lot of ways. And so I don't, you know, it's not like she came out and publicly said things. She doesn't come out and publicly say things, you know, as a royal and with her PR and with her staff. She has other people put that out for her. And in my opinion, that doesn't make her any less culpable. So there was a lot of damage done to me. It was fake news PR. People have said to me, Samantha, well, you know, how is it fake news about you? But then the things that are being said about her out there now are not fake news about you. Well, here's the difference. I don't have the power to pay a PR house and television shows and magazines to put out articles about her. I don't have the power to combat the articles that are false that are put out there about me and about my dad.
True.
She does. And so there's no one on this planet that can tell me with her ego that the articles that go out about family aren't directed by her or approved by her, because she does hold the PR cards. I do not. And that's the difference. So, you know, small towns in Poland, remember that fake article that said Samantha's on a fixated persons list? I got proof from Scotland Yard and Met Police that that never existed. I was never in their computer, and it's still in a Google search. I don't have the power to remove it.
Okay.
You know, and there's an article out there that said that that was at the behest of her protection officer, who allegedly the articles that go out about family aren't directed by her or approved by her, because she does hold the PR cards. I do not. And that's the difference. So, you know, small towns in Poland, remember that fake article that said Samantha's on a fixated persons list? I got proof from Scotland Yard and Met Police that that never existed. I was never in their computer, and it's still in a Google search. I don't have the power to remove it. You know, and there's an article out there that said that that was at the behest of her protection officer, who allegedly went to Roy Anika.
So Wes, what do you think about that? What do you think about those little things that she's saying about those articles about her? She can't debunk those articles. Those bad things about her. No? Yeah? You don't think so? What I'm trying to say is that what about Samantha's reputation? Don't that affect her? Maybe not. Maybe it's not that big of a deal. Oh no, I haven't seen it. Shell Bell. Okay, so she's estranged from her family. I think that her being estranged from her family and her kids is a whole nother subject. But it is a subject. So what is going to be discussed? Mac, what will be discussed? They're just going to look at some new information. This was Samantha's choice to abandon them. Why do you say she abandoned them? All the time mothers giving children away doesn't mean that they're abandoning them. That just means they can't take care of them. And I don't fault the mom for that. But at least they had the baby and not made that latter other choice, Mac, to not have the baby at all. So I don't feel like she abandoned them. But who's to say that did she keep up with them after she gave them away? It does help tell a story that she doesn't have a relationship. You can just say that she doesn't have a relationship with her kids, like she doesn't have a relationship with Megan. Is she trying to have a relationship with Megan? No. Her case is based on defamatory. You guys think the case is weak. Oh, so a judge is just going to see the current information. Oh, okay. Well, I know Samantha's lawyer spoke up once and said they did go after the Sussex squad. They introduced the Sussex squad into the case. Shouldn't I bear witness to something? A lawyer on YouTube read the lawsuit and said there isn't anything to it. It actually was laughing. He actually was laughing because it wasn't anything that will go anywhere in a professional opinion. I do know that she's been defamed by Megan. That I do believe. Luna's Blade did say you are putting your child in danger when I have no idea why she said that. Because she get that stupid stuff from Sardinia. She get that stuff from Sardinia. Sardinia is the new maggot, Lizzie. Sardinia is the new maggot. She has done interviews and documentaries and she's on Dan Wooden all the time. That's not PR. Yeah, but she needs some good PR so she can have some money in her pocket. Samantha. And see, that's what's interesting. Why didn't she bring that up in her trial? The first one. Why would they just now want to submit new evidence about the Sussex Squad? The Sussex Squad has always been out there. As Dr. Sophie calls it, the Sussex machine. They went for her. That's unfortunate if it's not in the lawsuit. Next soon, if MM doesn't put herself in the limelight, definitely no one knows who Thomas Markle or Samantha is. Nope. I'll be making money off of her. She was my sister. They were never introduced into the original case. Oh. That's unfortunate. That's a big boo-boo that they made. Oopsie daisy. That's a big boo-boo, Samantha. You guys didn't introduce the Sussex Squads in the first go round.
You did? Okay, good.
Yeah, I do notice that she didn't ride it enough. She didn't make any money off of it. Shell Bell. She didn't make out any money off of it. She wasn't riding it as tough enough. I would have rode it till I made some money. Now, I did see the interviews that she was having. I asked her to interview with me. She said she would. But we never did it. She doesn't text me as much as she used to. We don't text each other as much as we used to. I asked her to come on my show once. But the problem is I didn't offer her any money. And I should have. I should have offered her something to come on the show. See, I didn't see all the interviews before Megan, before the Oprah show. I didn't see any of the negative interviews, Mac. I'm sorry that Samantha was doing. Now, I know she showed up at the castle. She showed up at the castle unannounced, looking for Megan. the judge's lengthy decision and whether it was legally sound. Sam has a lawsuit against her by the daughter for abuse. Sam has a lawsuit against her daughter. Oh, by her daughter. Let me look that up. I'm not seeing anything that says that her daughter has a lawsuit against her. I don't see it. I put Samantha Markle's daughter has a lawsuit against her. Nothing came up. She said the last time she saw Samantha was when she was 6 years old. Okay. She doesn't have a relationship with her daughter. She doesn't have a relationship with Megan either. We've established that. I don't know if that makes her a bad mother or a good mother, but I know I would have been present. And I'm present, going to be there for a little bit and all that good stuff. Yes, yes, yes. MM doesn't know what she's talking about, and neither are you, Mac, says Lizzie. Sardinia, I know. Sardinia girl. That's her new name, Sardinia. Sam and her father's relationship with her children are relevant to the hypocrisy of the Markles all being one close-knit, happy family unit. Nope, I don't remember them ever being a close-knit family and all of that. And if they said that, that is false. I agree with you, Debbie. But I know I'm talking when it comes to Megan and her father not having a relationship is big because he was there for her and did all that for her. So no, she's just being, I don't care about my dad kind of thing. And I don't care. He brought her life. I don't care what her father did or what her father said or what he did or said. That's your father. You'll never, ever be able to have another father. So you have to forgive them and move on. You can't pick your family. You can't. So I'll never agree with the fact that she does not let them see the grandkids. That's a big no for me. They go on about family, family, family like Meghan Markle does. That's weird. That's a weirdness. And it's interesting that I wonder, have Markle have seen Samantha's kids. I wonder, have we seen Samantha's kids? But me personally, when it comes to family, it's different. So I don't think Megan has to act like they have to act. when it comes to not letting them see family members, not letting them see the kids, only letting Ashley. Ashley, you're the only one that can see Archie and Lilibet. The rest of the family can't see them because, number one, I don't have a relationship with them and I don't know these people. What about breaking generational curses? That sounds like a generational curse. I do too, Shell. But it seems the only family relationship that cares about is with MM and the royal connection. That's it. Who? The Samantha them? The only one cares about the fact that her relationship with the royal family? Everybody cares about her relationship with the royal family. But unfortunately, she doesn't have a relationship with the royal family. So it don't count. She does not have a relationship with them. But it seems like the only family relationship they care about is with MM. That is true. No. None of the Markles have this is a great conversation we're having, guys. I'm enjoying it. None of the Markles have worked a day since Meghan met Harry. They made hundreds and thousands of money. Really? I didn't see that, Mac. I don't see them making hundreds and thousands of dollars. What's her name? Just did a GoFundMe for Marcus Jr. Senior. Did a whole GoFundMe. Lady C. What is Lady C doing a GoFundMe? A GoFundMe if they didn't need the money. He had to pay his medical bills. Yes, I think so. I would make money off of her. But a sin that Meghan profits from the organization with the royal family, hypocrisy much. Meghan has always been making money from the royal family. The cookbook, the 40 by 40, the Oprah show. It's the way she was making the money. Now, nobody care about her using the Duchess of Sussex. I don't care. It's your Royal Highness she can't use. Check it out, Mac. It's the Royal Highness she can't use, okay, because she stepped down and left, but she can use the Duchess of Sussex. And my God, does she use it? But I would make money off of her. I sure would. But Meghan didn't need to make money off of the royal family. She was already, they were already giving her money. It wasn't enough, was it, Mac? It wasn't enough money for Meghan. She didn't even need to make money off of the royal family. And I heard that they don't merch themselves off of your Royal Highness. There's a cutoff of how you can make money off the royal family. And Meghan is trying to make a brand herself off of the royal family. She's trying to rebrand herself off of the royal family. Let's be clear. Yes, Debbie. I am friends with Paula. Sam gets paid for all the interviews. She wrote a book. See, I asked her to do an interview, and maybe because she didn't interview with me is because I didn't pay her any money. How did she know I wasn't going to give her anything? And Paula is not the Markle's favorite now. That is true. But my friendship with Paula and my friendship with Samantha is separate. Separate. Layla Tisha, you really should watch the Apple Tree series. I will. I'll try to do that. Sam and her brother and dad kept their story straight. They lie so much. They must get it from Megan. Because she lies a lot too.
And put that fake article out there. Now,
Who's the
I'm a
royal
mental
editor of
health
the Sunday
counselor.
Times? If you're enjoying what we're doing here on Outspoken, please consider joining our thriving community over on Substack, www.outspoken.live. You can sign up completely for free, but Substack is so important to me. It is a free speech platform. It protects me from big tech cancellation. Plus, you get to communicate directly with me. Head on over www.outspoken, your email address, and
Making me look like Patricia Hearst. Wouldn't that be injurious, not only to my professional, but my personal life?
Uh-oh.
It was horrific that I saw small towns in Poland. I saw people around the world saying, even Fox News.
Megan ain't giving nobody no money.
Meghan Markle's sister has landed herself on a fixated persons list.
It wasn't Megan.
Nobody did their homework. Nobody contacted Scotland Yard. So I had a lawyer in London do that. And she said, here's proof. You were never in their computer. There's not a fixated persons list. You're not even there. This is not true. And I did a live interview. I held up that letter to Daily Mail TV. But why is it that nobody in the world printed that to exonerate me? Because it doesn't get the quarter-hour share ratings. It's not, the big buzz, the sensation. It's not the clickbait. So everyone around the world thought I was on a fixated persons list. Not true. Highly defamatory. But, I can't go back to 2018 and sue. And by the time I figured out what was going on, I had I hadn't run the statutory window. But I don't have the resources to go and sue every publication in the world who prints that. And they didn't all say allegedly or reportedly. A lot of them just said it verbatim. Samantha Markle is on a fixated persons list. It's not true. And it was at the direction of her to somebody that worked with her. Shame on you. That's horrible defamation. That's not part of my suit, but that is part of the big picture. And I shouldn't have had to go through that.
Absolutely not. Sam, has she ever tried to make amends? Has she ever tried to end this lawsuit by, for example, offering to settle with you and publicly apologize?
It's not about the money. I mean, in a way it is, because it took almost 7 years.
Sam didn't know it was never about the money. I don't think it was about the money because of how much she's suing for. It's very little. Showing up at the palace, I don't know if it was a PR stunt, but she really thought she was going to get in. I do believe that. Exactly. She didn't know that. Try police reports. The tragedy of Meghan Markle's half-sister is so sad. Meghan Markle and her half-sister's drama has played out in the spotlight for years, attracting considerable media attention. Unsurprisingly, Samantha Markle's shady side has earned her quite a reputation among the general public. She sued her own sister, admitting to profiting off of her fame after all. But Samantha has also endured a lot of hardship in her life. To begin with, Samantha, the daughter of the Duchess of Sussex, Father Thomas Markle Sr., and her first wife, Rosalind, has struggled with her health most of her life. During her high school, she fell off a swing so violently that she was left temporarily paralyzed on her left side and blind in one eye. Dang. Because of her difficulty recovering, Samantha had to miss a lot of school. Around the same time, she began to experience other symptoms that led to her multiple sclerosis diagnosis. Samantha had some health issues. She wasn't properly diagnosed until she was in her early 40s, when she became wheelchair bound from extreme weaknesses in her legs, commonly associated with the neurologic narrative disease. Samantha has also struggled with her family relationships. Behind her estrangement from Meghan, despite having 3 children, she has little to no relationship with any of them. Her youngest even accused her of abusing behavior, a claim backed by Samantha's own mother, from whom she is also estranged. Additionally, Samantha has accused her longtime boyfriend of domestic violence more than once. On top of all of it, she has faced financial struggles, including bankruptcy. Samantha is certainly no stranger to hardship. Well, I really don't disagree with the abuse, so shame on her for that. Shame, shame. Samantha Markle has struggled with her health since she was rather young after developing symptoms as a teenager. She finally received a proper diagnosis at the age of 43. I would have sued the school. In 2008, I would have the city, the playground, somebody. In 2008, Samantha learned she suffered from multiple sclerosis, the condition after the central nervous system, and can cause a wide range of symptoms, including numbness in the leg that can affect the patient's ability to walk. While the chronic disease can produce mild symptoms, Samantha were severe and caused her to be lost mobility in her lower body. I'm in a wheelchair because I have MS, and I dealt with that for a lot of my life, she told Fox 35 in 2021. She doesn't often discuss her health, as she never wanted to place the focus on her condition. It didn't stop me, and I didn't want it to define me. However, Samantha believes Meghan Markle missed the perfect chance to show her activism went beyond photo ops. I am in a wheelchair, and she did meet Harry at the Invictus Games. I felt like it was an opportunity to be a voice and bring a lot of awareness to disability, and said on the Australian radio show. This is her criticizing her. Samantha, Daily Mail. Samantha also seemingly resents her half-sister for not making an effort to check on her. I wasn't going to say, oh, you should phone your sister in a wheelchair more, she told the Daily Mail in 2025. 2024, I mean. Okay, it goes on and on and on and on and on and on. It's a whole dissertation, but I got what I wanted out of it. I wanted to see where they said she abused her daughter, and obviously she did. Ooh, abuse? Thank you, Shell. Wow, documenting it. Samantha has respect for the royal family. She does seem to respect them. She doesn't say anything negative about them. Unless she did have she said anything? Didn't she say they could have reached out to them? The royal family could have reached out to the family or something like that. Hello, Pickles, Pain. We've been chit-chatting. Senior medical bills have been paid. Lady C's GoFundMe duped her subscribers into contributing and paid for his escape to the Philippines. Are they mad because of that, Debbie?
Where did he go?
Yeah, Paula's cool. Paula has me on the royal mess. I like it. It's fun. I like that we can have a conversation about it. Seniors has like $5,000 in Social Security plus his union pension and receives Medicare benefits. He wasn't hurting financially, even living in Mexico. Those figures are from his own mouth. What about his medical bills? They're not paying for all that stuff. What, he got Medicaid? Paula M. said, Megan called her. Do you believe that? I don't know what to believe. I just believe that she believes it. So that's where I'm going to leave it, Mac. Your friendship with Paula is not separate in Sam's mind. Oh, it's not? What do you mean? I'm not going to stop being Paula's friend for Samantha. That's not happening. Yeah, I kind of understand it, Debbie, that these two people don't like each other. Like Paula and Samantha don't get along. I think something happened. Didn't something happen, Debbie? I think something happened. She might have called her. Who's to say that she didn't? Hello, Michelle. Hello, hello, hello. Let's continue to see what Samantha's saying.
Years of my life, all of these things taken together. I mean, think about it. I couldn't have a social life because people believe this stuff. If I went to the doctor's office, people would look at me the minute they heard my name like, oh my God, because they had read all of these horrible articles in bold font headlines that were not true. And, you know, I mean, I could try like hell to convince everybody that it wasn't true, but they would think, well, if it wasn't true, why did Fox News say it? Because they didn't know then about aggregate news and fake news. Thank God President Trump pointed it out, because it is a phenomenon that we've had a problem with cumulatively, especially in the United States. But I never thought I would find myself in the crosshairs of that. So, not having the financial resources to just sue everybody and give everybody cease and desist letters rendered me a victim. So I was totally powerless to do anything about it. And I'm coming out of it now.
And your sister wanted that, didn't she, Sam? That's the point. She wanted to destroy you because, of course, you were one of the only people who truly knew about her past and had alerted the world very early on via people like me as to why the royal family needed to be warned. And anyone can look back now and say, well, actually, what Sam was saying at the time was very moderate, because what has happened has come true times a million.
Right.
Times a million.
Right.
I mean, you weren't saying, look, she's going to try and bring down the whole royal family and say that you were racist, but you were saying to Harry, be very, very careful about trusting this woman because you'd experienced it. Your family had experienced it.
Well, William allegedly said the same thing, but it's not like all of these articles said
He did say the same thing.
These articles said Samantha's bashing her sister. I wasn't bashing her just because I was out there defending our father. I was out there saying, pointing out which articles were not true. I was out there saying she didn't get grants or.
She said she wasn't bashing her. She was out there telling the truth, trying to say what articles were correct and what articles wasn't correct. Yeah. She's saying she wasn't out there bashing Meghan.
Scholarships. She didn't work for the embassy. I was pointing out the lies. And I've never been out there slinging mud like some trolls in social media, calling her names or saying things that weren't true about her personal life. I stuck to scope. I was out there defending the truth. I was out there pointing out what were lies about our family. But she seemingly wanted to silence that bad boy fast. It's like, so the best way to deflect and silence someone is to assassinate their character and throw dirt on them. So anytime they talk, people won't believe them. I think that was the goal. That's exactly what happened to me. It's zapped 7 years of my life, at least, and I want it back. So, there's got to be a rebuilding of my reputation online, but I can't go back. I can't even have Brock. I should talk to Elon about this somehow. I can't have Brock go back, pull all of those false citations that were pulling from false aggregate news and leftist publications.
Tell me about it. They did the same thing to me, Sam. They did the same thing to me, and Grok still looks at those articles. It's terrible.
You can't remove all those. And so how is AI ever to move forward with fresh, truth-based information while all of that is still in the archives of cyberspace?
So, Sam, a couple of specific details that came up in this shooter scoop story. He reported that your dad is willing to testify again. Is that true? Because, of course, since the last trial, he has had this really debilitating stroke and is, of course, currently in the Philippines. But first, we've been told our whole lives that wrinkle creams were the easiest way to look younger. Now, one doctor says that's nothing but old news. According to Dr. John Lake, the world-renowned Beverly Hills beauty expert, most wrinkle fixes on the market are nothing but than you have in years. Then show.
He's actually doing better. Thankfully, the area, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind me mentioning this, the area of the brain that was damaged wasn't the part of his brain that associates and recognizes words and things. It was the production part of his brain, the part of the brain that controls the motor and the tongue. So being able to say the words was more of a physical thing. So yes, he is cognitively high functioning again, albeit tired, as anyone would be at his age. But, I'm sure it's bittersweet, but yeah, he said before he'd be willing to testify because the truth is the truth. It's And it's sad that he's put in that position, but I think the onus is on her.
Max says Sam is a liar. She bashed Megan in an article the day after Harry and Megan's relationship was announced. The day after. Yes, she did, Max, says Debbie. Debbie agrees. Debbie, did you watch the Apple Tree series of ORMV? Shall, I'm going to check it out. If you shall remind me too that I'm going to check it out tonight. I love Samantha. She's distant cousin of mine. Yeah, I don't have anything against Samantha either. I'm not. The only thing I disagree with was abusing the child. That I don't get down with. I'll give Sam one thing. She is the ultimate BS artist. She can really sling it. She can. She can talk for herself. I think she's intelligent.
You know, people can't say, oh, well, you would make your dad testify. I'm not making him testify. He wants to. I think there's an attribution error there. She shouldn't, in my opinion, have done all this and put him in this position. She shouldn't have tried to erase him and discredit him. The man who gave her everything her whole life. This is rhetorical. Every nuance, every dance class, every moment, not just paying for everything, but being there, being the consummate hands-on dad. How can she take that away from him and act like it doesn't exist? Without dad, sunshine, you would be nothing. That's my opinion. He hooked you up with Northwestern. Many of the alumni reportedly worked on Suits. You wouldn't have met them if dad had not paid for all of the classes, had you hang out at the studios at ABC. Dad gave you everything that you are. And when you got to a point where you felt you were successful and you thought you could run with the ball on your own, you decided to shut his part of the game down, shut him out as a player in your life, thinking that, you could be the whole team. Well, how's that working out for you? Because it didn't put you in a favorable public light. I think a lot of the controversy is that the jig is up. People have your measure, and you can't treat people like this to get ahead. It would have been much easier just to be honest, appreciative, real, truthful.
Yes.
And not self-centered, giving in the real sense, whether it's as a humanitarian in all of your social endeavors or in your personal life. And, I wonder if people like Chrissy Teigen and Jamie Kern-Lima, I wonder if they have the ability to think about that and to wonder if they are next to be markled or ghosted.
Markled.
They would have to be stupid, in my opinion, not to get it. If you want to see how someone's going to treat you, watch how they.
Samantha, they don't care. They don't care about Megan. She's not the it of all it's for them. She does not care anything. She needs them more than they need her. She needs Chrissy Teigen. But she's being talked about because they're both bullies. Chrissy Teigen and Megan are both bullies. Chrissy Teigen, bully. News about Chrissy Teigen bullying drama. What happened between Courtney's? Her name was Courtney Stundon and Chrissy Teigen, cyberbullying. She's pretty. Model and singer Courtney Stodden has accused model Chrissy Teigen of completely ignoring her recent private message years after the silent bullying scandal. In her recent Instagram post, Courtney defended Teigen for the backlash she has been facing ever since she appeared on Meghan Markle's cooking show with Love Meghan. They shared a reel on their account where they said that people have been asking them for their opinion on Teigen's appearance on the show. What do you think about Chrissy Teigen being on the show? Oh, look at her. Hold on, guys. Let me let you guys hear this. This is Chrissy Teigen's. This is Courtney. This is the one that Chrissy Teigen was bullying.
Decided to reach out to Chrissy on DM and tell her that I'm here if she ever wants to talk, and I do not believe people should be bullying her, and she shouldn't be listening to anyone who's bullying her. She has completely ignored me.
Again, why do you care what Chrissy Teigen thinks or says? Like, honestly, Courtney.
About Meghan Markle having Chrissy Teigen on Love Meghan, her new cooking show. And my response to it is that I do not believe people should be bullying Chrissy. Have we learned anything? Two wrongs do not make a right. I posted about this and I saw Chrissy Teigen was on my Instagram watching my story. So I decided to reach out to Chrissy on DM and tell her that I'm here if she ever wants to talk, and I do not believe people should be bullying her, and she shouldn't be listening to anyone who's bullying her. She has completely ignored me.
Why does she think Chrissy Teigen owes her a conversation? This is the girl that Chrissy Teigen, she told her to go unalive herself. Once upon a time, I was the punchline. People told me to end my life. She's talking about Chrissy Teigen. I was called names and mocked, bullied, not just by strangers, but by people with platforms. And yet I'm still here, alive, thriving, laughing. Here's my message. Never let someone else cruelly define you. Wear your scars like a crown. Your pain can be your superpower. Courtney, you are more internally beautiful every time I catch one of your posts. Imagine yourself at age 50. Love you, Whitney. So those are people responding to her posts 2 days ago. So Chrissy Teigen, she wanted to remind people this was 2 days ago. This was 2 days ago, guys. Courtney Stunnin was talking about this. This post was 2 days ago. Talking about Chrissy Teigen. This is the one, Chrissy Teigen.
Okay, so I felt the need to address something. I've been getting a lot of people asking me how I feel about Meghan Markle having Chrissy Teigen on Love Meghan, her new cooking show. And my response to it is that I do not believe people should be bullying Chrissy. Have we learned anything? 2 wrongs do not make a right. I posted about this and I saw Chrissy Teigen was on my Instagram watching my story. So I decided to reach out to Chrissy on DM and tell her that I'm here if she ever wants to talk, and I do not believe people should be bullying her, and she shouldn't be listening to anyone who's bullying her. She has completely ignored me.
Once upon a time, I was the punchline 2 days ago. This happened 2 days ago. People told me to end my life. I was called names, mocked, bullied, not just by strangers, but by people with platforms. And yet I'm still here, alive, thriving, laughing. Here's my message. What's wrong, Rocky? Never let someone else cruelly define you. Wear your scars like a crown. Your pain can be your superpower. Still here, survivor energy, pain into power. Chrissy Teigen was wrong for that. There she is. Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy, why would you tell her to do that? Why would she do that? Rocky is barking at treats. What is the owl 2.0 doing? You mean Sardinia? Sardinia, that's her new name. Sardinia. She ain't doing nothing. Still doing the same. You're Rocky. There's a tree. Okay, I gave Rocky a treat. Maybe he'll start. Hey, AT2, what's up? Hello. How are you doing? What's new? Any new news? Anything I should know about? What you got going on over there? Let me check you out. AT2. We can't criticize Gavin Newsom. We need to stop talking about 2028. Let's focus on 2026 midterms. I know that's right. I know that's right, AT2. Let's get him a like. Did they teach you a like and a comment?
What's up, everybody? It's your boy
Hey,
AT2,
gang.
and sorry for being late as usual, but I'm here. Have no fear. We're going to talk about this whole Gavin Newsom thing, and this whole video is basically based off of some feedback that I got from people. I don't want to say negativity. I'll say feedback from people regarding Gavin Newsom. And I'm all like, I thought we were allowed to say whatever we want to say, but people are thinking this is our guy for 2028. And maybe he is. Who am I to say that he's not going to be? But I'm going to tell you, be careful with backing up Gavin Newsom. Let's go ahead and get into it after the intro. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Double tap that screen, y'all.
Baby mama drama. He's not out here, doing a lot of her lawsuits. And a lot of people saw this as a win.
Yeah, Mommy's
I don't know.
coming.
Some of y'all is going to show up vertical, and then some of y'all is going to show up just the regular format. So let me know how it works. But anyway, y'all, nice to see everybody. So like I said, so it was this TikTok that I did earlier today, and it got a lot of people talking. So let's go ahead and play what I said, and then I'll delve more into my opinion about Gavin Newsom. I agree with Gavin Newsom gerrymandering California. However, I also do not agree with us already talking about 2028 when we ain't even made it to 2026 yet. Gavin Newsom is still the governor of California. So with that being said, there's still some things that we need done here as far as the homelessness, the cost of living, the housing crisis. We still need help here, Gavin. It's great that you gerrymandering and you out there doing press conferences because obviously you run it in 2028, but we need you to still continue doing your goddamn job. Let's not forget Gavin Newsom will change his opinion at the drop.
What is it that you need him to do? I get the homelessness and that and what you're saying, but that is such a big problem in California. It is. And what are they going to do about it is interesting. But, Donald Trump has taken away some great programs from us. Some really, really good programs. And it's starting to affect us. Hello, Dimwit. Hello, Diane. Let's hear a little bit more of AT2 real quick.
Which most politicians do when they're trying to run for something, right? However, Gavin Newsom isn't so slick with it. For example, defund the police. He's saying that, I was never for it, even though he was. Also, with trans people, he threw them under the bus when he was talking to Charlie Kirk. Remember that? Reparations, like, we need to do another study. No, we've been doing studies of reparations. Like, just give us our goddamn money, right? And I just want to be clear. Because let's be clear on something. I am not one of those purity test people. Like, I need a perfect candidate from head to toe, everything. No, I'm not one of those people.
Right.
But I'm a realistic kind of person because, it's great what he's doing and he's getting all this attention. And I know people in the other states are loving Gavin Newsom, but homie, you still the governor of California. There's still shit to do here. Trust me, we love the trolling that you're doing with Trump. Ha ha he he. However, you still got work to do here. Like, we got another year and a few months with you. Yeah, let's get to work, Gavin. Before we start, of course, I agree with Gavin one more Newsom time gerrymandering with people coming in. However, I also do not agree with us already talking about 2028 when we ain't even made it to 2026 yet. Gavin Newsom is still the governor of California. So with that being said, there's still some things that we need done here as far as the homelessness, the cost of living, the housing crisis. We still need help here, Gavin. It's great that you gerrymandering and you out there doing press conferences because obviously you run it in 2028, but we need you to still continue doing your goddamn job. Let's not forget Gavin Newsom will change his opinion at the drop of a dime, which most politicians do when they're trying to run for something, right? However, Gavin Newsom isn't so slick with it. For example, defund the police. He's saying that, I was never for it, even though he was. Also, with trans people, he threw them under the bus when he was talking to Charlie Kirk. Remember that? Reparations, like, we need to do another study. No, we've been doing studies of reparations. Like, just give us our goddamn money, right? And I just want to be clear, Because let's be clear on something. I am not one of those purity test people. Like, I need a perfect candidate from head to toe, everything. No, I'm not one of those people, but I'm a realistic kind of person because, yet, it's great what he's doing and he's getting all this attention. And I know people in the other states are loving Gavin Newsom, but yo, homie, you still the governor of California. There's still shit to do here. Trust me, we love the trolling that you're doing with Trump. Ha ha he he. However, you still got work to do here. Like, we got another year and a few months with you. Yeah, let's get to work, Gavin.
Yeah. So I had kind of noticed something with Gavin Newsom. Like, I always figured that he was going to run, but, and mind you, he hasn't made an official announcement yet. But it's to the point where it's like so obvious. Everything is like a virtue signaling. And I'm fine with what he's doing as far as the gerrymandering. I do think that Texas is going to do it. So yeah, we need to combat that. But he's not the only governor. Also, Illinois is looking at doing it. New York is. And here's the thing, because as far as I understand, on November 4th, in California, we have to vote on this. We don't need a vote, Gavin. Just do the gerrymandering. Like, no, thank you. We don't need a vote. Like, just do it, right? well, if you're a Democrat, yeah. Just do it. Like, we don't need your permission. Just go ahead and gerrymander the out of California and it'll be all good, you know? And I can appreciate that he is fighting back because everybody's been like, what the Democrats are going to do. However, him doing the gerrymandering, okay, well, that helps with a particular issue during 2026, but more needs to be done, you know, but not just more needs to be done because he is just the governor of California. He needs to do more for California. Like, there's still a whole state.
Yeah.
Like, when I seen that he had like that podcast or whatever, let me see if I can bring it up, you guys. Hold on 1 minute. But he started this podcast. Mind you, he did have a podcast with Marshawn Lynch. He did have a podcast with him. I don't know if they still do it or not, but he has his own podcast, right? So it's right here. Let me take this down. Okay, remove that. Stop screen. And I want to say he started this like 6 months ago, having his own podcast. I was like, what this doing with a podcast? You need a podcast your ass and get to work. Like, it baffled my mind. But his thing is like, oh, I want to have a podcast so we can talk, we can meet in the middle and we can have these difficult conversations. The conversations that he wanted to have was with Charlie Kirk, who was against the Civil Rights Act, even though he wasn't even born during that time. But he said that he feels like the government should not have passed the Civil Rights Act. And then he had Steve Bannon, who's a motherfucker. I'm not even going to say who's a motherfucker. And so he wants to have those kind of people have conversations. But when he started getting backlash, now he has more people on the left.
Check out AT2's channel. Okay, I put a up-de-doo. Check it out. That's what he has going on today, which is a really good segment. We can't criticize Gavin Newsom. We need to stop talking about 2018. Let's focus on 2026, the midterms. Yep. Be nice to take back the House and the Senate to make some decisions. Let's see. I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to go back over here to Samantha Markle. Chrissy Teigen. Rocky.
Everyone else in their life.
More treats.
Oh, don't get me started on Trevor. You know, a Hollywood Prince Charming who gave for everything and who reportedly said that She left him and made him feel like gum on a shoe.
Gum on his shoe.
Consummate gentleman, very successful, would have given her the world. And I'm glad he's happy now and moved forward in his life. Congratulations, Trevor.
Yeah, very good point. Lovely wife and children, but someone who isn't happy though, Sam, and is really struggling is Jessica Mulroney, who was Meghan's best friend, and her whole life has collapsed. And actually, her friends have now told the Daily Mail very recently that she actually pinpoints it all to Meghan, and all of the issues with Meghan have effectively destroyed her life. So this is a common theme.
Wow.
See, I think it's weird. I kind of take issue with attaching to new people and all of a sudden they're your BFF. I think Nanaki Pretty. I think if someone is your best friend, they have a history with you. They've known you for so many years. So when I looked at Jessica Mulroney, when the whole thing started, I thought, no, she only knows about my sister, what my sister wants to tell her. So that's a really narrow scope. So how can you say you're best friends when everything has been shaped by someone controlling the narrative? I think that really misses the mark of what friendship is all about. So, I mean, I feel sorry for Jessica that she's not in the picture anymore. But similarly, when Jessica looked at how Meg treated the family and Nanaki, why wouldn't Jessica have said or asked herself, I wonder if I'm next. Look how she treated her real best friend of so many years. Look how she treated her family, Trevor, her own dad. So in a way, I feel like,
she treated
come
her
on,
friends
folks,
like
we're adults. You should have. That's not difficult math to do. But I hope Jessica is in a better place now, knowing what she knows.
I know.
Yeah, because maybe
I know
knowing that
they
it's
are.
not
They
about
are, Mac.
her, it's about
Everybody's
your
entitled
sister.
to their own opinion here. Entitled to their own opinion. I'm not mad at you because you're MAGA. That's your decision. The Dear Daddy letter? What letter was that, Debbie? Yeah, what's up with that letter? The 5 friends. I thought Meghan doesn't have friends. She doesn't. It was Serena, which is really not a friend. Are they still hanging out? Okay. Serena, some Maroney, and she ain't friends with Maroney no more. Jessica Maroney. She doesn't have any friends. Meghan is friendless. Name one of her friends. Her hairdresser is her friend. She has no friends. That letter she wrote to her father, or that 5-friend letter. Yeah, it was a big PR stunt. That letter was a big PR stunt by Meghan trying to make her reputation be better. I have friends. See, they love me. They care about me. Nope, you don't have any friends. You're lonely. Before your time, I guess, Letitia. God, I forgot my music. I knew it was something. Oh, well. All right, guys. Before my time, Debbie, I'm going to let you lovely people go. I would listen to more Samantha, maybe the 5 friends, and she called them were people that she put snorkeled for personal gain. Yeah, that's right. I don't believe it. I believe she was whining and crying. I don't have a baby shower. No one cares about me.
What about this report from shooter Sam that you are considering a new book and a bit of a media blitz? I mean, I think that would be a great idea.
Yeah, I am, but yeah, I've been through so much over the last 7 years. I've had a lot going on with my dad. So everything is about timing. And I feel like I'm coming out of that now and coming into my own again. So definitely, there will definitely be a book number 2. But I also have other writing interests. I had written several screenplays. I had done some production on a couple of jobs. So my talents, my interests existed long before Megan met Harry. I had started working on projects long before she met Harry.
Rocky.
And those are still in the works. But I want to write other books.
Rock-a-doodle.
Don't have anything to do
No
with
more
all.
trees.
Exactly, but you feel you need to clear your
Get out the
name
kitchen.
first, and that's why
No
you're
more
going to go
tree
through
news.
with this case next month, and you're holding out.
Well,
for
I
it.
mean,
wants
the
another
beautiful thing
tree.
is, and I've wondered at times, because we've all seen summary judgments. Cases don't always go the way you want, depending on who the judges are. And politics, a lot can factor into it. So I'm not hinging my whole life and existence on this case. I will still move forward regardless of the outcome. And I think it doesn't take the outcome of this case for people to look back on everything my sister has done to the Queen, to our family, what has happened with Netflix. They form their own opinions and understand that what I was saying, the truth, regardless of the outcome of this case. So they're their own entities. And I'm quite confident that, she's going to go her direction. I'm going to go mine and rebuild my life. And I'm kind of happy with that now.
I am
been a
so
long time
happy for you, and I'm so
Back
hopeful
time.
for you too, Sam. I really, really hope there is the best
You
result.
got
Will
your
you
story,
know
you gonna fight the
next
trolls?
month? Like, what are the practicalities? What do we have to look out for? How does it all work? Because it's in effectively the appeals court, right?
The appeals, this hearing
Okay, go
is
fight them and then
technical.
take a bath.
And so I don't know exactly what they go over, but it's lawyers speaking to a panel and seeing, I think, if there were any procedural issues that were, erroneous or breached. And then we would move forward from there.
And you're still being
hopefully-
repped by Peter Tickton, who was Trump's very good friend, or is Trump's very good friend.
You're back?
Correct. And he was
All
also
right.
one of his
Take a
attorneys.
bath.
So
Yes,
yeah,
great man.
Peter is
Not
great,
yet.
and I love him, adore him.
You gotta wash your
we're
hair.
moving forward, and so hopefully after this hearing in September,
You
we
gotta
will
wash
be
your
able
hair
to
tonight.
proceed to a trial and lay out real evidence and just throw it all out on the table.
Exactly. And why not? What do you have to fear, Meghan Markle? And I just think it's disgusting what she's put your family through, but also, of course, what she's put the royal family through. And I wanted to share with you a post by a very good guy called Edward Fortescue and get your reaction to this, Sam, because I think he made a lot of very good points. He wrote, Meghan Markle is not merely an opportunist. She is the distilled essence of duplicity.
Oh,
A woman whose only true talent lies in cloaking self-interest with the borrowed robes of virtue.
wow.
She entered the royal family not to serve,
Uh-oh.
but to conquer it from within.
Ooh.
Armed with rehearsed charm and a ruthless instinct for self-advancement. When the inevitable demands of duty clashed with her boundless appetite for control and attention, she discarded loyalty like last season's fashion and unleashed a sustained campaign of smear
Yes, she did.
and
Pam
fabrication.
Wooden. Against those that had given her everything. Those that had given her everything. Everything.
Private grief. Traduced the reputations of people she once called family.
Jacked up their
and
reputation.
wielded her royal title as both a cudgel and
No,
a
Samantha,
cash
she
cow.
wasn't nothing.
Meghan Markle is not
We are
misunderstood.
not
She is
sisters.
understood
We are
all
not
too
family.
well. And it is precisely why she is despised. Worse still,
This
other
is why
worshippers,
she's
a
despised.
tireless little chorus of online courtiers. They praise not virtue, for she has none, but the brazenness
She has
with
no
which she
virtue.
tramples it. These acolytes, most of whom have never so much as shared a room with her, project sainthood upon a woman whose every action belies the word. They excuse lies as truth-telling, cruelty as strength, and betrayal as bravery. In truth, their devotion is either the product of terminal gullibility or shared moral rot. To defend Meghan Markle is to proclaim that deceit is acceptable, treachery admirable, and the deliberate destruction of one's own family somehow noble. To worship her is to declare oneself proudly blind, willfully ignorant, and comfortable with dishonor. She's no reformer, no victim, only a grifter of rare audacity, and her devotees are not admirers, but accomplices in the slow, calculated degradation of everything she touches.
Everything she touches.
I thought that was powerful, Sam, and I thought of you a lot when I read
Everything
it.
she touches.
Well, I mean, I think several things happened. It's really complex. From the beginning of the wedding, it was like a social opiate. For the first time in history, there was this perceived equality between socioeconomic status and, class and the public. The public aligned with her. She was relatable. The public could finally feel like they could be royal too. What they didn't know was that behind the scenes, there was a huge powerhouse of PR that was elevating the fairy tale. And when protocols started being broken and some problems started to show, including, breaking protocol and making deals with Disney and Netflix while in royal duty, all of these things that were forbidden were happening. And both the PR and the public started making excuses for that rather than pointing out that the emperor is not wearing any clothes and that something's wrong. People were too afraid to step out of the antline because they were still high on the fairy tale. They didn't want to find themselves in cognitive dissonance going, wait, this doesn't jive. This is not, my feelings are weird. And since I've been rooting for her all along, if I jump out of the antline, then I have to admit I was rooting for the wrong team. So I'm going to keep my teeth in that fairy tale and defend her at all costs. But it was weird for me when they started defending her to the extent that they were ignoring, in my opinion, her abuse and disregard for the woman at the top of the hierarchy.
Yeah.
The Queen of England was dying of bone cancer. My sister was mocking her on Netflix and something as important as a curtsy. And the public were rationalizing that and defending it as, oh, she didn't mean it like that. Oh, she's just being her cool, silly self. Oh, it wasn't. No, it was a vile, horrific, hurtful mockery of something really important and of a woman who is important on the global stage.
It was real
and
nasty.
The public started making excuses for her.
Nasty.
But I think it's gone on now so long that I see a lot of mudslinging
really
in
nasty.
chat rooms, and I get people send me stuff. A lot of those people that were yes women and who were high on the royal fairy tale are dropping off, and they're realizing that you can't defend someone who is that wrong. You can't deny it away, and you have to question, what if it was your family she was doing that to? Would you allow someone to mock your
What if
grandmother
it was your family
while she was dying of bone cancer, or your mother, or your father? Would you allow someone to disregard and ignore a father through 2 heart attacks and a stroke, your dad, who gave her everything, if this was your sister? But these people wouldn't ask themselves questions like that for the longest time. And I think they are now. They're getting it. Would you allow someone to treat you like this? Oh, I doubt it. It's a really interesting social experiment to see how long that was defended, supported, because there's a lot of money at stake, and PR powerhouses are very influential in shaping the social narrative to keep her buffered, in my opinion. Especially in the United States. They did not want to admit that they screwed it up.
How?
Because then they're pointing out their own journalistic negligence. Wake up. Here we are.
Indeed, and here we are. But indeed, people are waking up, Sam, and so much of that is down to you. And you know, I always give you full credit for it. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all you do. I adore you. And please, Sam, can I please ask you now, live on air, so maybe you can't say no. You've got to come back with me again for my special episode, because what we're going to do, it's almost like a public service, Sam, if this is okay. What we're going to do, we did it with series 1. We do not want to give your sister the views on Netflix. So for series sort of part 2, it's 1B or whatever you want to call it, of With Love, Megan, will you come back, watch it, then we will give everyone all of the information about how horrible it is, and so you don't have to give her the views on Netflix. Do you mind? Will you come back for that in a couple of weeks?
Would love to. Definitely.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Okay. Sorry to put you through that, Sam, but it was so fun last time.
Thank you.
We had
I'm
a lot of fun
honored.
last time.
I'm honored. Don't apologize. Thank you.
No, well, I look forward to talking to you then, Sam. Sam Markle, thank you
She's
so much.
She
Always
is.
love having you on Outspoken. And of
She's
course,
really
if you do
a
want first
sweetheart.
access
I'm
to our Royal
sorry.
Uncut-
I'm sorry that I don't agree with the abuse, though. I ain't down with that. I ain't down with that. I can't believe Dan Wooden said that. Hello, Natasha. He said, you can come back and we can tell you how horrible it was. Wow, he's predicting it already to be horrible. He can't stand Megan. I'm surprised she ain't trying to sue him yet. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Mac, leave my Lizzie alone. And 94% of what Sam said has no relevance to the hearing on her case coming up in September. Well, she did mention things that are going to be on her case. Defamation. She mentioned defamation. Honey, can you run her some water? I gotta run her some water, some bath water, get her in a tubby do. He didn't hear me. Maxine, what's up, girlfriend? All right, lovelies. We're out of here. That's it. Samantha talked the whole time, which I thought was interesting. And like you said, some of it wasn't relative, Debbie, but some of it was about the case. But even though I have a sense that she's going to lose, I really do, because I didn't see this onslaught bashing of Megan doing to her sister. There was no interviewing and constant. It was that one interview on the Oprah show. Then it was the Netflix special that defamed her. Both of those things did defame her. Did not paint Samantha in a good light. We must agree on that, even though we haven't been agreeing all night. And that's okay. Okay, she's mad at Daddy. This feels so good. Like I said, they got this place here where you can go and make your own lipstick. That's purple, Timmy Tuckett. Now what she had on, some black burnt lipstick. Thank you guys. I forgot to put on my music, but it's okay because we talked about George the Giant Slayer most of the time. So kisses. Have a wonderful night. Thank you, Payne Pickles. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Mac. Thank you, Meg Soon. Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. Thank you, Michelle Lee. Lizzie. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Diane, give it up. Jim Witt, I know he's probably already left. But thank you. And those that are in the bushes in the replay gang, enjoy the show. And please leave a comment. I would love to hear what you have to say about this segment tonight. Thank you. Have a great one. Thank you for the hearts, Michelle Lee.